channel. My name is Ndeye10, and if you are tuned in today, I am super excited. And yes, I started to realize I say I'm super excited in a lot of my videos, but y'all, I real life be excited, especially when foundations launch. Trust and believe that I get hyped, okay? So in today's video, I'm gonna actually be reviewing the new Juvias Place foundation sticks, which launched on October 5th. Juvias Place is also partnering with me in today's video. So they sent me the last 16 shades on the deeper end of the foundation collection, but of course, all of those 16 shades are not gonna work. So what I did is I took the last 6, which are all in the deep dark category. So I swatched these for you in this video, as well as I show you guys how I use 4 of the shades to do my foundation, my contour, my highlighter, all of that good stuff. So if you want to see how this foundation stick works, as well as see my thoughts, opinions, pros and cons on it, make sure you go ahead and keep on watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you guys so much for 3K. Let's keep it going. Make sure you subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Before I get started into actually applying the foundation and seeing how it works on my full face, I do want to swatch the last 6 shades that are in the deep dark category, just so you can get an idea of what the shades look like and you can figure out what your shade specifically will be. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be Congo, which is the darkest shade, and I'll be going in order of darkest to lightest. So this is Congo. This is Tunisia. This is Katsina. This is Sokoto. This is Zambia. And then this is Benin. And then I just put them all on my face at one time, just so that you can get a full reference from darkest to lightest on what it looks like. Altogether we have Congo, Tunisia, Katsina, Sokoto, Zambia, and then Benin. Overall, what I will say is that for the shade range, I'm hoping that they expand it, just because looking at my complexion right now with the shades that are on my face, I can definitely go in with Congo, and I think I can go in with Katsina, but everything else will pretty much be more like a highlight shade. So if you're someone that's darker than me, you can probably get away with Congo all over your face, but if you're my complexion or a little bit lighter, it might be difficult to figure out what your in-between shades are. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're looking for the shade range and when you're looking to see what foundation stick will work best for you. Definitely try to swatch it. So the way that I'm going to apply this is I'm going to take Congo and I'm going to put it on my perimeters, and then I'm going to take Katsina and I'm going to put it on the center parts, just so that they can pretty much blend it and mix in together. So I'm going in with Congo now, and I'm just going to go in on the perimeters, put my little edges back. So now that we've finished applying Congo on the perimeters, I'm gonna go in with Katsina. So now that these shades are applied on my face, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it out into my complexion. And the way that I'm applying this is I'm focusing the actual lighter foundation, so I'm focusing Katsina on the center part without mixing in the contour yet, or without mixing in Congo, because I'm going to use a different brush to kind of blend it all in together, just so that it goes as one. With your skin in general, you have different skin tones on your face within itself, so I feel like for me, I'm trying to bring out the brightness in the middle and then the darkness on the outer part of my skin, which is what we normally do when we do highlighter or concealer to highlight as well as contour. So I'm just doing that with the foundation stick form. So as I'm blending it out, I can definitely say that it's super easy to move. And with a lot of stick foundations, you kind of have to be careful because you don't know if it's going to be too creamy. But so far, it's definitely not super creamy. It still looks skin-like, but it's still giving me coverage, which I really like. Now I'm going to go in with a contour brush, and I'm going to start to blend out the perimeters onto my face as well, just so that it can all be one, and so that the shades can blend in seamlessly together. Alright, so I kind of put too much contour on. I'm looking a little cray, but it's okay. And then now I'm pretty much going to blend everything all together to be more seamless. Wow. Do you guys see how like glowy and natural my skin looks? And I love the fact that I went in heavily with Congo because my shade is like a slight bit darker, but once I go in and I highlight, I feel like it's just going to bring everything together, because Katsina was a good shade, or Katsina was definitely a good shade, but it was a hint too light. So I feel like these two shades mixing in together just gives me a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful complexion. As far as like the finish of this foundation, it claims to be a natural finish, which I definitely agree with. I feel like it looks very natural on my skin. It doesn't look super heavy. And they do also say that this is something that can be good for you regardless of your skin type. And for me, I am combination oily, so I'm typically oilier in my T-zone area, and then I have dry patches during the winter, especially when it starts to get cold, just like randomly on my face. So I feel like overall stick foundations will probably be better for me in the winter, just because I do need something that is more hydrating and less matte. And then in total there are 30 shades of this foundation, but I can get more into like the shade range and like what I think of that and extra details about the foundation when I get into my pros and cons in general. But overall, just as a first impression when I'm looking at my skin just from applying the foundation, I'm in love with the finish. I'm in love with the way that it all came together. Shout out to Congo for helping me to just bring, I don't know, like a bronzy look, a bronzy effect to it. Let's go ahead and highlight and get the rest of the face done. So the first shade that I went in with is Zambia, and then now I'm going in with Benin. The good thing about foundation sticks is that you can usually or literally use it not just for your foundation. You can use it for contour, you can use it for highlighter, you can use it to spot correct. And it's something that, because of the actual form of it, it's super easy to apply on. So if you're someone that's on the go, I typically like to use thick foundations, especially when I'm in a rush. I'm going in with my wet Sigma sponge to just start blending. Wow, it blends so good. It literally just melted into my skin. Completely melted in. The actual formula of this is bomb. And it's like I'm barely doing anything. I'm just pressing in the product and it's literally just melting in with the rest of my skin. And it moves easily, which I do like as well, because some stick foundations, like if it's not creamy enough, it's really hard to move, and you either have to apply it with like an oil or like something to actually add more hydration. Whereas with this one, it's almost like immediately it's moving, it's being like blendable, which I like, with not just one application or with just one tool, but with two. And I kind of pushed back some of the darkness of the contour from Congo, so I'm just gonna bring it back with the brush and then go on the bottom end of this sponge to kind of stamp it all together. Wow. I get so excited every time I do like complexion and I feel like it looks good, just because, I don't know, like foundation is my favorite part of makeup. So whenever I get a product for foundation that I think is dope or that I think is really, really good for my complexion, it just gets me so excited. Alright guys, so here I am with my full face completed, and I will list everything in the description box down below that I use, but overall I am really happy. I changed my shirt just so that you guys can see my chest. A lot of times in any video where I'm doing a foundation swatch or I'm doing a foundation application, a foundation review, I always like to wear off the shoulder tops, just because my neck is a bit darker than my face. So I want you guys to be able to see the full like look or the full view of what my actual complexion would look like if I were going out, if I were wearing a top, because I do match to my chest and not to my neck. But overall, I feel like my skin looks so glowy, it looks so healthy, it looks so bronzy and chocolatey, like it's just giving me a vibe. I'm gonna zoom you guys in because you need to get into the skin, honey, okay? So this is as zoomed as it can be. So mind my edges. But like, wow. Like, I feel like my complexion just looks healthy. That's the best way I could describe the finish, the overall look of it. My skin just looks healthy and I'm loving it. All right, let me zoom you guys back out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go about my day. I'm gonna do a wear test. Right now it is 8 a.m. Yes, the early bird gets the worm. I have a few things to do today, so I am definitely trying to have this on as early as possible and wear it. So I will come back around 3 or 4 o'clock just to let you guys know how it has settled in, how it looks on my skin. So I'll be back to let you guys know my final pros and cons, as well as to let you guys see the wear test. So, secret, this is not my first time wearing this foundation. This is actually my 3rd time. So I'm gonna do my pros and cons with my face still fresh, just because a lot of times I feel like after the wear test, with most foundations, I look a little cray-cray. So I wanna give you a full beat pros and cons. And like I said, this is not my first time wearing it, so I can definitely tell you how it works. So the first thing that I wanna talk about that is a pro is definitely going to be the finish of the foundation. I feel like it is very natural. It's creamy, but I've had some foundation sticks where they're like so creamy that my skin looks almost like oily just from application itself. Just from like first application, my skin looks greasy, and I feel like with this finish it doesn't look greasy. My skin looks healthy. I see a natural glow on my skin, but it's not too much, which I like. The second pro is definitely just going to be the formula of it itself. You guys saw how it blended with both a brush and with a sponge. So the fact that I'm able to blend it in with a sponge says a lot, because with most stick foundations, I usually just use a brush because it's easier to apply that way. But because of the formula with the finish, is just super easy to get it to all move in one. The third pro is definitely going to be just like the packaging. I feel like with most foundation sticks, what I love is that it's just super easy and super simple. You literally put this on and you can take this and go. This is something you can fit in your pocket, your bag, wherever you're going if you want to spot correct. If you're like me now, my train ride is like an hour and a half. So I feel like with products like this, it's something I can just throw in my bag if I just want to get underneath my eye in order to make it more even, blend it out and go. So I do like the fact that this is something that is travel friendly, and the packaging is super cute. Y'all know I love pink, and if you don't know, now you know, okay? The next pro to me is going to be the price. So this foundation stick does retail for $16, and with the $16 you are getting 0.34 ounces in the foundation stick. I'm not sure what the standard is for foundation sticks themselves. I know that with liquid foundation, typically there is 1 ounce that is included in the foundation itself, whereas with this one it's significantly less. So I don't know if that's like the industry standard, if foundation sticks just have less, but I'll look it up and I'll put some comparisons down below in the description box in case you are curious to know like what do most foundation sticks come with. But I think $16 for a foundation that gives me this finish is still pretty much full coverage. Like, I think that they say on the website that this is like a medium coverage foundation, and I definitely agree, but I feel like you can build this up to be full, or you can share it out. So with the versatility of that, I think that that's a great thing as far as the price is concerned. Now let's go ahead and get into the cons. You guys know no matter what, I'm always going to tell you both the pros and both the cons, because nothing is perfect, and I want you to be a fully informed consumer when you are buying things. So the first con that stuck out to me is definitely going to be the amount of shades included in this. So with the drop being 30, there definitely is room for there to be more shades in between, especially for me with the deep dark category. I would love to see just like the versatility that I saw with the liquid foundation, because with the liquid foundation, I think I was like the 4th to last shade, and I'll put the video of that full tutorial here. Whereas with this foundation, I think I was the 3rd to last shade, but then I also have to mix in the very last shade in order to get a really, really good complexion. But that's definitely one of the first things that stuck out to me, is that I want to see more. The foundation is so bomb. We need more. We need more shades, okay? The second con, I'm trying to think, because there was nothing really that I disliked strongly about this foundation. It blended beautifully, the formula is nice, the coverage is great. I think the biggest thing is just I want to see them expand more with the shades, and maybe even have it so that every foundation stick matches to all of the liquid foundations, so that people can easily find their perfect match. But honestly, it's a really good product. You guys saw my first impressions. It looks amazing. So my biggest thing is just going to be, we need more shades, okay? The face is sitting. The girls are happy. Okay, let me calm down. Am I the only one that, like, when I have a full face of makeup on, I just turn into a different person? You can't tell me nothing. My confidence just, like, you know, I was here and then it goes here just because a beat face just does something for me. So I'll be back in about 8 hours just so you guys can see what the foundation looks like. So for the wear test today, I'm just going to show you itself, like what the skin looks like. So that's going to be probably the last thing. I already know what it wears like after a full day, but y'all don't yet, so I'll do it for y'all, okay? Y'all, I almost took my makeup off and forgot that I had to come back to show you guys my wear test. It is currently 11:53 p.m. so it is super late. I have been wearing this foundation literally all day and it has held up really nicely. Something that I just realized is that I never even applied primer. So this is what my foundation looks like after wearing it for over 10 hours with no primer on. And this is a stick foundation, not even a matte foundation. So it does really well if you do have oily skin. I definitely do see some of my oils popping through, but I don't look greasy. This is something that I could easily fix with just powder or blotting. As far as how it held up, the only areas where I see that the product kind of went off a little bit is like my upper lip area, but that's because I blew my nose. I ate, so this being a little bit kind of like less coverage on it, I guess, is definitely not a huge deal because you still see the foundation on it. Overall, let me get close. I feel like the foundation itself oxidized a little bit. Not too crazy. I definitely haven't noticed that in the past 3 times that I wore it, or the past 2 times that I wore it. But today I did notice that it oxidized a little bit. So I wonder if that's as a result of the foundation or what I set it with, because I did use a different setting powder. But overall, I'm really happy with the finish of it. I'm really happy with the way that it looks in general. And if I haven't said it before, if you're thinking of where you can purchase these foundations, you can get it from Ulta, either in store or online, as well as from Juvias Place website. But this is what it looks like after 10+ hours of wear. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my face. Thank y'all. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I definitely want to see you here again. And I know, okay? I know you're going to be back. So you might as well just subscribe so that when the video drops, you know of it first, okay? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you prefer stick foundations or liquid foundations more? I always find it interesting to see like what people's preferred finish is. So let me know that down below. Also, let me know how you feel about the way that the look came out. How do you feel about the shade range? All of your thoughts and opinions, let me know them down below so that we can have a conversation going. I want to talk to you guys and know your opinion. I love you guys so much and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.